This is an example of what your EDS will look like, and it will be, of course, customized to your own brand. So what is an EDS? An EDS is basically a master template, one HTML document that is going to contain all possible modules, settings, styles, and instances that you are going to need to create any type of email campaign. So it's going to be standardized, brand approved components pulled directly from your library and style guides that you've provided to us. That's going to ensure consistency and also allow for customization wherever it's needed. This is really going to help with your scalability and speed. So it's going to reduce production time and enhance collaboration across all of the teams, as well as this being extremely friendly to those who may not be on a creative team or familiar with Figma. It's going to be dynamic with personalized content that's going to support integration with ESP catalogs, CRM data, and automation tools. The best part, it's optimized for accessibility in dark mode. So we're going to ensure that there is seamless rendering across all of your devices and user preferences. So now we're going to kind of go into what is included within your EDS. You'll start with your cover page. This will be personalized depending on what your company is. Your EDS is going to be comprised of different types of modules that are going to be customized depending on what vertical you need. So we're going to have headers, which are going to be comprised of your logo and potentially any categories that you might have within your brand. We're going to have imagery with some headlines, some options with patterns. We're also going to have your header text. We're going to have products, if this is something that you're going to need within your brand. This can range from a 1 product to 2, 3, and 4. We don't really recommend going above 4 just because it can get a little more difficult with the code. But you'll see we have many different options within the product category. Quotes are going to be either your quotes or testimonials or customer reviews. Footer is going to be the base of your email, and this is going to include your logo, possibly any socials, any disclaimers, and of course your unsubscribe and your preferences links, which are included. Your social media block we have with multiple different layouts, including one that is also can function as a footer, but it's a little more graphic than your other footer. Imagery is going to be basically any type of gallery or image feature that you want to include within your email. We have a bunch of different layouts that are included that can be used in multiple different ways, and you'll go ahead and import your own images into any of these blank gray boxes. If you've provided Ragnarok with your brand icons via an SVG vector file, we will import them into your EDS and they will be included in here. So with any icon list, you'll be able to go directly onto each icon and have the option to toggle between any of your uploaded icons. Your CTAs, once again, are going to be customized depending on what your vertical is. We have some with filled in CTA buttons, some outlined. It'll be depending on your preference once we build the EDS. We have some options that include app buttons if that's something that's included within your brand as well. Articles are going to be for more newsletter focused EDSs, but can also be used for a variety of other different use cases. We're going to have headlines with dates, CTAs, descriptions, all in a bunch of different layouts and formats. And you're also going to have a styles page. Now, this is basically the bare bones of your EDS. So within this, you're going to have all of your text styles, colors, everything that's been imported from your brand guidelines that were provided to Ragnarok. Any fonts that you may have already been given over to us. We've gone ahead and imported them and any web-safe fonts as options into this EDS and built out all of the different text styles that you'll see on the right side. And then buttons will be customized depending on what your preferences are. For the sake of this EDS, we have all of the different options here. So you have a hidden, stroke, hover, and default, and in various different sizes. And we also have app buttons available if that's something that you need. This is where your icon library would live. If you had one, all of your icons would be uploaded here as vectors, and you can go ahead and change the color if you need to, since they are SVG files. And we have your social media icons as well. This is your standard image sizing. For logos, this is where all of your logos would live that are linked to other components within the EDS. So if you do have a brand that has multiple sub-brands within them, this is where they would all live. So for Ragnarok, we have 4 different color options. And then for our other brand, Thor's Toolbox, we have a couple more options. So if you had up to, 5 or 10 different brands, they would all live within the primary logo. And they would kind of be toggleable options, which you'll see later. And then example of logos, if you have any other partner brands or sub brands or any other logos that you would like included within the EDS at any point, those can be included to have a toggle button as well, to where you can have the options to input them anywhere. Badges are going to be to highlight categories, promotions, really anything, since all of this is customizable. And then you're going to have video sizing. So all of these have a play button attached to them, which you can recolor and add any links or imagery that you need to feature. I'm now going to go ahead and create my first email using my EDS. So I'm going to go ahead and click the plus sign and add a new design file, example 1. And we're going to name the page email 1. I'm going to go ahead and change my page color first. I'm going to go ahead and create my frame. We're going to set this to 600. Auto layout, making sure we have vertical. I'm going to drag in my logo. Let's go ahead and remove any padding. Drag in my imagery. Add my products section. My socials. My footer. I'm going to go ahead and select the pink version for my header. I want to remove this badge. And I'll go with the left top. I'm going to add my text in here now. Let's select my sizing. And swap my image. Detach my styles. Crop my image. I'm going to select my products section that I want 2 products. Add my product imagery. Detach my styles. And add my product names. We'll pick a style for the socials. And then I will go into my footer, toggle off my socials. Let's go with the pink. Now that I'm done with this, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it. Set this to 375. Make sure everything is centered. And let's add some padding to both. And now we're done. If I want to make another version, let's go ahead and duplicate this. Let's do a version without the pink. And let's swap this logo for a purple. We'll also do the same here. And now I have 2 versions of 2 emails. We're going to try to make another email. We're going to do a newsletter variant. Start with our header. Make sure it's set to hug. Add articles. Add our image gallery. Our testimonial. And our footer. For this version, I'm going to go ahead and use colors just to show the variations. We'll name this Article 1 and this one Article 2. I'll select how many images I want. Select just the single quote. Let's go ahead and take this away. We'll add some copy here. Let's remove these socials since we don't need them. And we'll change this to pink. We'll go ahead and Command D. Change this to 375 for mobile, and then toggle everything. And we're done. And then if I decide to add some padding, I'm able to go in and add some as well. And then we're good to go.